Gueganawayarono, and welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Stock Sr., and today we have
Regan Jacobs.
Ross Montour.
Chrissy's
She had a funeral for her
she
uncle.
had a death in her family,
Yeah.
and so she won't be here. So Regan's filling in today.
I'm joining in last minute, and I just came from school.
Our condolence to the Taylor family
Yeah.
on their loss, as well as over the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of
number of passages.
A number of passings.
The most recent, of course, was just the other day, was the passing of former Chief Ron Kirby.
Yeah, our condolences to his family also,
Yeah.
and,
Yes.
and everyone else. That we'll just briefly just
Doc
look
Alfred
at Doc Alfred
passed away, so to them as well.
It seems to come in
Well, this has
numbers,
been a real wave.
right?
It's
Yeah,
been a real wave.
A wave.
Yeah.
They had the funerals for Freddie Leaf Hollow and Peggy
Peggy Peterson.
Peggy
Yeah.
Peterson, and apparently one of the Borellos passed.
Yeah, there was a James Burrell who passed. Who else? Geez, just a number of people. You did the.
And Christine's uncle was Eugene.
Yeah, Gene
Taylor.
Yeah.
Gene Taylor. Yeah.
So our condolences to all those families. It's kind of in the wintertime it seems like there's a lot of people who end up dying in the winter. Summertime too, but it seems like the winter we get more for some reason.
Especially right after the new year, it seems like, the new year starts and then we have this.
Well, I mean, one of the things is with the winter, of course, is with older people. When it's older people who are passing away, then a lot of times it's connected to what may be going around, things that go around in the wintertime, respiratory kind of things.
The good thing though, there's nothing good about dying, but the thing about in our community, they get buried right away. I know in Aguasasne, when somebody dies in the winter, they store them until the springtime, I think, and then they bury them all at the same time, or around the same time. Yeah, they don't put them in the ground right away.
Is there some reason other?
I'm not sure.
Or?
I'm not sure, but I know here we do it right away, and I know there I had family members who had passed in the wintertime, and they actually. They have a place that they store them, that they put them for the winter, and then they bury them. That's a question, I guess, or an answer. I guess we could ask somebody one time about why they do it. Maybe it's because of the ground. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There was also some developing, I guess, news in terms of Freddie Leaf Hollow and how the fire started, and the autopsy report ruled that it was asphyxiation, and that they still believe that the fire started from the wood stove.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty common asphyxiation when it comes to a fire, most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
And is that because of the carbon monoxide?
Yeah, it's the gases
that's
from it,
really actually when there's a house fire and there's death associated. Most times it's because of asphyxiation. I mean, before the fire ever gets near you. It's that does you in. That's why there's always a campaign on about smoke detectors. Make sure you got batteries in, or you have you have one that's wired into your
and that the wood stove is in working condition.
Well, wood stoves too, and you got to be very careful with wood stove.
You got to be careful
of
what you burn also.
That's your reburn, boy. And I lived in a house. You'd maybe talk about Aguasasne when 30 years ago, in the 70s, whatever it was, and yeah, long time ago. No, anyways, but we lived in this place, and we had an old cook stove that we were heating with, and it had no insulation whatsoever. When you close the door, the whole wall shook. Okay, that's how old this house was. And so any kind of wood, it was going 24/7. And then around about March, it kind of warmed up, and one night we were sitting in the house, we were playing Scrabble or something. And boy, it's so nice, it's warm and toasty. And what's that crackling sound? I went in the kitchen, and all the pipes were glowing red. And there was no running water there. So I had to go next door, there was a pump. and pump water, and you couldn't put it out by throwing water in the stove because the fire just moved up the pipes. So the only way I could put it out was to go climb up a ladder up to the top of the chimney and pour water in. So I know from experience, you can be in a world of hurt.
I know they used to
wood stoves.
They used to wet towels and put them on the stoves to cool off the pipes, and then they also use asbestos above the pipes and onto the ceiling, and we didn't. I guess you never knew how dangerous it was to have asbestos or asbestos inside the pipes.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, I don't know. It's look at people for thousands of years here heated with fire. That was it, right? But you have to be on top of that. But those pipes, if you're burning green wood or you're burning certain kinds of soft wood, soft hardwoods, you got to build it out. That's basically coal. Yeah. Very difficult to put it out.
We're fortunate. Years ago in the 60s, 70s, and even part of the 80s, we used to have a lot of fires in the winter time because of wood stoves. And not every house burned down, but there was a good number of them that did as a result of the.
Even those old oil stoves. Remember those? You remember those old Quaker? They were the space heaters, really. Mm-hmm. You had the oil and you used to light it up, but it all had the pipes. So you have pipes running all over the house, up the chimney.
With the passing of Rhonda's father, they canceled the community meeting as a result of that, and it's something else that we'll talk about after we take a break. And there's a lot of issues I think that people were looking forward to the community meeting, and rightfully so. He was a counselor for many years in his community, so to postpone it until the family lays him to rest is I guess is a good thing. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these messages.